Welcome to Q&A practice. Let's get warmed up with a little two voice, and we will start with the defense attorney. Ready? Here we go. In what room in the house were the downstairs phones? What room in the house? The den. Both of them correct. In what room upstairs were the extensions? They were in the bedroom. Both of them right. What time of the day did you make this call? Oh, in the afternoon. About what time? If you want me to guess, I will have to guess. I couldn't give you a correct time because I didn't make notes. Well, do you have an estimate? It was in the afternoon sometime. Would that be, say, between 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock? That's what I'd call the afternoon. And you stated that your wife was in the house and on the extension phone when this recording was made? Correct. Was anyone else in the house? No. Now you purchased this tape recorder, you said, for the purpose of making this particular recording. Is that correct? Correct. Did you personally pick up the recorder? My wife did. How long before December 9 did you obtain this tape recorder? Approximately 2 weeks. Now you planned it out with your wife that you would call Mr. Travis and that she would tape the conversation from upstairs in the house. Is that correct? Right. Do you recall what number you called when you called Mr. Travis? No, I don't. Right, now we're warmed up. Let's do some four voice practice. And we will start with the defense attorney. Ready? What direction was her vehicle facing? She was headed westbound when she hit me. Seems like I remember seeing the front of her car. That's about all I remember. It could have been at an angle. I had a picture in my mind. It was still headed westbound when I saw it. Your best recollection is it was still heading westbound on Highland, and it was generally westbound on Mission Inn. I'm sorry, I appreciate at the intersection of Highland. Let me go back now that I botched up my question and you had to correct me. I want to get an answer intelligible to someone when we have to read this later on other than me, you, and your lawyer. Is it your best recollection that her vehicle came to rest within the intersection of Mission Inn and Highland, facing generally westbound in the center of the intersection? Yes, that's the way I remember it. Did you see any other vehicles that you thought had been involved in the collision? No. Could you tell us where any other vehicles were if they were involved in this collision? No. To what do you attribute that? Just the confusion. The confusion of the circumstances? Yes. How long did you spend talking with the male police officer? I'd say less than 5 minutes. Did you remain sitting on the ground during that entire 5-minute period of time? Yes, most of the time. They had me get up for a sobriety check, I believe. Did the male police officer ask you how the accident happened? I don't remember the conversation. Did the male police officer ask you where you were coming from or where you were going to? I don't remember. Do you remember anything specifically that the male police officer asked you about? He asked me if I had been drinking, and you told him yes. Yes. Is that the only question you recall him asking you? Yeah, it's the only one I remember in particular. How long a period of time did you spend speaking with the female police officer? I don't remember. What tests did they do while you were at the Riverside Community Hospital that day? They did EKG or whatever that is for the heart, and they took blood, and I don't know. They had a lot of electrodes and different stuff. I don't remember what all the specific tests they did. Were you advised at Riverside Community Hospital that they were drawing blood for the purpose of testing your blood alcohol level? I don't remember. Did you take a breathalyzer at any point in time following this accident? I don't know if I did or not. I think it was just the blood test. I don't know. Were you told at any point in time that your blood alcohol level was when it was tested following this accident? I believe it was in the police report. What was your understanding of what your blood alcohol level was? I think it was 0.18 or 0.19, something like that. Where did you obtain that information as to your blood alcohol level? I believe it is either in the police report or something I got from my attorney, Tyrell. Were you ever formally placed under arrest, handcuffed? I don't remember if they put the cuffs on me. I don't think they did because I went in the ambulance to the hospital. I don't remember if they used handcuffs or not when I went to the hospital. Were you booked? Strike that. No. Are you familiar with the booking procedures? Yep. That's where you go through. No, all I remember is going to the hospital, and then when they were done with all their tests, I just left. How did you leave the hospital? On foot, and called my wife to come get me. So you don't recall ever being taken to the jail on the day of the accident at all? No. Now, do you remember what time you got up in the morning on October 28, 2005, the day of the accident? Yes, I think so. By the way, did you say you had insurance? Yes, I did. That included October of 2005? Yes. Did that company handle homeowners insurance for you? No. Did they handle any type of business liability insurance for you? No. Did you possess any insurance for your business or the operations of your business in October of 2005? I had business liability. I'm not sure if it was in effect at that time. I believe it was. Who was your business liability insurance with? Well, the people I did business with was Main Valley Insurance. But they had underwriters like one was A&I. They changed 2 or 3 times, A&I or A1, something like that. Then I don't remember the name of the other one. Do you have any records, documents, or anything that would assist you in refreshing your recollection about what carrier your business liability was with? I have 2 that I brought with me, but they don't list. That doesn't show anything specifically about that date, but they cover it's probably one of those. Do you believe that the business insurance you possessed in October of 2005 also covered the operation of a motor vehicle while acting in furtherance of your business interests? I didn't read all the fine print. I don't know if it did or not. In my opinion, it didn't, just covered actual work. Damage to a house from a falling branch, or damage from anything that was damaged as a result of tree work. Now, your attorney was kind enough to provide me during the last break with several documents. One of them is an insurance certificate. Is that a document that you located and provided to your attorney? Yes. Where was this document kept or maintained? In my filing cabinet at home. Do you own the home in which you and your wife currently reside? It was my wife's house from before I married her. I believe my name is on there now. To your knowledge, was that house insured with homeowners protection of some kind in October of 2005? I believe it was. Do you know what company that was with? I think it was Farmers, but I'm not sure. Did you have an agent that you relied upon for obtaining business insurance? Name was Jones. Joan, I don't remember the last name. Raby, on Beaumont Avenue. What agency was Joan Raby with on Beaumont Avenue? Farmers. Where is Beaumont Avenue? It's an off-ramp off the 10 when you're going east towards Palm Springs in Beaumont. Did you ever obtain any type of business insurance from Joan Raby? No. To your knowledge, is she still doing business at a farmer's office on Beaumont Avenue? As far as I know. Did you ever report this accident to any insurance company that might have insured you or your business at the time of the accident? No. Were you ever advised to do so by anyone other than Mr. Buford? I believe my attorney Tyrell mentioned it. He suggested you turn it over to your business insurance. Didn't say it in those words, he asked. I don't remember the exact words. He asked about if I had business liability. Did you do anything to follow up on that? No. Did you have any business insurance that covered your tools, equipment, and things of that nature? No. You mean as far as theft? Correct. No. You stated that you believe your business liability insurance came from Main Valley Insurance. Is that correct? Yeah. They were the company I dealt with, and they had different underwriters at different times. In other words, you would deal with them as far as obtaining coverage, and they would place you with a different company, right? Where was Main Valley Insurance located last time you knew? They had 2 different offices. Right now I think they're on Hemlock in Paris. Do you still do business with them? No, I haven't for a year or so. Anybody in particular you used to work with as far as getting your coverage? I don't remember the lady's name. Off the record, we're going to stipulate to identify the insurance certificate as Exhibit 1, and I've so indicated on the bottom right corner. It appears to be a 35-page document with 5 loose pages within, as well as the cover sheet. Counsel and I will stipulate that I'll return the original at the conclusion of this deposition to Mr. Buford for safekeeping, whether it's needed for trial, law and motion, or other matters. I'll keep a copy of that in my possession until such time it becomes necessary as well. Very well. You'll produce it on reasonable notice? Yes. You don't know what company this policy was placed with, do you? No, I don't. There's nothing on there that says. All right, I see a document we'll attach as Exhibit 2, which is identified as a premium finance agreement. Do you know what Exhibit 2 is? Do I know what it is? I guess it's just an agreement. I don't know. Do you recognize anything on this document that would identify to you who the insurance company was that? There's something on the heading there. I think that's where I mailed the payment to. Aid. Does Aid Inc. appear to be the name of an insurance company that you remember insuring you at some point in time? Yeah, I think that's one that handled the business liability that I mailed the payment to. And that will conclude our Q&A practice.